So today we read a short story in the Your Turn book on page 179 and 180, okay? And the title of our story is Crows. Okay, as you see in the picture that crows are birds, okay? Um, Crows are usually black in color, if you guys don't know. And today we will be learning what do crows do so they can survive. And we said before that survive means to continue living. So let's start reading on page 179, page 1. Crows. Have you seen a crow? Crows are big. They are mostly black. They live in many places. Okay, so crows are big birds that are mostly black in color and they live in many places. That means they live in different places. On page 2, it says, what does a crow eat? Crows eat what they can find. It could be ants, crops, or bugs. They can even eat eggs and fish. So these black birds eat whatever they find, whatever they seek. They go around searching. They go in different places and search until to seek food to eat. Okay, we said that the word seek means to go to different places and to try to find something, which is usually something that they don't have, such as food. So they go around to different places seeking food and they eat whatever they can find. So some of the things that crows eat are such as ants, crops. Crops means that the fruits and vegetables that farmers grow, bugs, insects. Okay, they even eat eggs and fish. Okay, so these are the things that the crows eat. They go around and try to find food, and whatever they find they eat, such as ants, crops, or bugs. They even eat eggs and fish. On page 3, crows make nests. They made this nest from sticks. The top is open. So crows make nests out of sticks and usually the top part is open. Okay, so again, if I ask you what are crows, crows are big birds which are mostly black in color and they live in many different places. What do crows eat? They eat whatever they can find, such as ants, bugs, crops, eggs, or fish. What do crows like to do, or what do crows do? They make nests. They make nests out of sticks. As you see, that a nest is like a small thing that they can lay their eggs or rest in or settle in, and the top of the nest is usually open. On page 4, it says, "Can a crow be bold?" Yes, it likes to take things. This crow brings a shell back to its nest. So the word bold means to be brave. Can a crow be bold? Yes, it can be brave. What does it do? It likes to take things. Like for example, this crow is bringing back a shell from the beach and is taking it to its nest. Okay, so if you think about it, what was the story mostly about? Okay, this story is mostly about crows, right? So this story is about a bird called crow and what it usually does every day. Okay, it talks about what it looks like and where they live and what do they do? What do they do? They search for food or look for food to eat, and they eat whatever they find and they build nests. And what else do? They also bring back different things such as shells. So let's go on page 181 and see the questions. It says here, reread crow. The word reread means to read the story again. Remember, when you have a short story or any story, you get the answers from the story. It says reread crows and then answer the question. It says key details tell you more about the main idea. So we mentioned before that the main idea is what the whole story is about. Okay, so every story has only one main idea and we have details sentences from the story or important sentences from the story that tell you about the main idea. So, as we said, the main idea of the story is about crows. What else? What do crows do to survive and to continue living? Okay, it says you can find key details in words or in photos and illustrations. So how can we find key details? We find it from the story, okay, or from the photos, real photos, or from illustrations. Illustrations are drawings. If the sentence or the question is, what is a key detail you read? What is an important sentence or a detail about crows that we read? Okay, we can go to page 1 and reread again. Have you seen a crow? Crows are birds, are big, they are mostly black, they live in many places, huh? What is another detail? So we can write a detail about what crows are, okay? What about if we look here? There are more details. Here it talks about what crows eat. Here it talks about what crows do, right? So if I would like to write a key detail from one of these 3 pages, I would say crows eat ants, crops, bugs, eggs, and fish, right? This is a sentence that I can write a sentence about what crows eat. I can write a short sentence. I can say crows eat ants, crops, or bugs. Okay, what else? Question number 2, what is one more detail? It's asking you for another detail. Can a story have more than one detail? Yes. Remember that a story has only one main idea. That means it talks about one thing only, but it can have more than one detail. Why? Because they are sentences from the story that tell us about the main idea. So I said here we can, from the first page, it tells you what crows are. Second page tells you what crows do eat. Here it tells you what crows do. I can also write, I can say crows make nest out of sticks. So I chose one detail from page 2. I wrote something about what crows likes to eat. And here I wrote a detail about what crows like to do, that they make nests from sticks, right? What is question number 3? The main idea of a selection is what is mainly about. What is the whole story about? Okay, what is the main idea of crows? I can say crows, the things that crows do to survive. Or I can say what crows do to survive. So because it tells you about more than one thing that crows do in their life daily. That means what do they do every day in their life? They go and search for or try to find food to eat, and because they eat anything, they make nests out of different things. They bring back strange things such as shells. Okay, if you want to if you want to write a key detail about the things that they bring, you can write it. But I think we should write a detail about crows, what crows eat and what crows do. You can either write that they bring back things such as shells, or you can write that they do make nests out of sticks. So here's the answer. Question number 1 asks for a detail. I wrote about what crows eat. And it asks for another detail. I wrote about where crows live or what they make. They make nests out of sticks. And the main idea is, what do crows do every day to continue living, to survive? Okay, let's go to another page, 182, and it tells here about word category. A word category is a group of words that are the same. Okay, so if I say word category, things people do, these are some words that show that what people do. People can learn, eat, sleep, or play. These are some things that people do. Okay, so the word category is things that people do. So if I ask you, what do people do? You can say people eat, play, learn, work. These are all things or activities that people do. If I go and I want to talk about crows again from the story, it says here, things crows eat. We can write whatever from the story that crows eat. Things that crows eat. The story said they eat ants, crops. We can write bugs or eggs or fish. So here you can write any of the things that the crows eat. You can write bugs or fish or eggs. Okay? It's all mentioned in the story. What do crows do? Things that crows do. It says here, make nests and they eat. What was another thing that crows do? They bring back things. Because I added this one because it's not in the sentence, or it's not in the word category. So I can write here, bring back things and make nests or eat. Okay, here number 3, we will write the word category. Okay, if there's a picture of a crow and we say wings, beak, legs, or feet, what is the word category? We can say the features of body features of a crow, or we can say body parts of a crow, because these are all parts in the body of a crow. Okay, what about number 4, dogs, cats, birds, and fish? If you think about that, you'll think that they're all pets. Okay, so here, as you see, our answer, I wrote here number 1, I wrote bugs, but you can write fish or eggs. Here, what do crows do? It wrote nest and eat. You can write bring back things such as shells. Okay, number 3, what is the word category? Body parts or features of a crow. Of a crow. Or bird, for example. But I think this one talks about the crow. Okay, dogs, cat, birds, and fish. These are all pets. If you think about it, they are all animals that can be pets. Okay, here is, again, we're talking about the main idea and detail. It says reread crow and read each sentence and tell us if it's a detail or a main idea. Crows eat bugs. Is that a detail or a main idea? Detail. Because the story does not talk only about the crows eating bugs. It talks about other things. Crows make nests. Is that a detail or a main idea? This is one thing that is said about the story said about crows. So this is a detail. Crows eat fish and eggs. Is that a detail or a main idea? It's just a detail because it mentioned other things. Crows take things. This is also a detail. These from 1 to 4 are details because these are just some things that crows eat or crows do. What about number 5? Crows do many things. Here this would be, if we think about it, what do crows do? Crows do many things to survive in their life. Okay, so number 5 would be the main idea. And the other sentences would be details. And here are the answers. Okay, so remember, the main idea is what the story is mostly about. What is the whole story talking about? Is it talking only about the food that crows eat? No, it talks about the food that crows eat, what crows look like, where do crows live, what do crows make their nests out of, what do crows bring back. These are all details that support the main idea, that help us tell more about the main idea. Okay? I hope it was pretty easy. Thank you for listening. Bye.